Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and that's still teaching His truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamar for the Great Millstone Dallas Camp, coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, that this lesson today will be edifying. And I want to do a lesson on this article that you see here on the screen. This is from endoftheamericandream.com. And the title of the article reads, it says, "The level of crazy in our society has reached heights never before seen, or never seen before." All right, excuse me. The level of crazy in our society has reached heights never seen before. Okay, and you know, we're at the peak. All right, we're at the absolute peak of the height of this society and this place crumbling. So as this place continues to crumble, all right, the mindset of these people will continue to become more and more perplexed. You know, you got these migrants that are crossing the borders, that are being let loose, pretty much, and you know, they're beginning to attack people. You know, they're being given housing. You know, they're being given housing in a sense, whereas they're getting these cars that got $10,000 preloaded onto it. You know, you got this AI technology boasting itself over actual life, and people are just fed up. You know, you got people that are burning themselves. You know, at army bases. You know, setting themselves on fire. You know, smash and grabs happening all over the place. All these things are precursors to a crumbling society, to the point to where it's going to collapse from the inside out, just as Rome did. Okay. As a matter of fact, before we read this article, let's actually grab a precept. It says that the love of many shall wax cold, and we're going to get that word. We're going to get that word cold in the Greek. Yep. This is oh, let me grab this water bottle here. All right, so like this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. All right, it says, and because iniquity shall abound. And what is iniquity? All right, iniquity is sin on top of sin. Okay, and sin is everywhere. Everywhere that you look, it's just complete rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's a rebellion against righteousness. Everywhere that you look and everywhere that you go. All right, it says, and because iniquity shall abound or grow, right, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, the love of many shall wax cold, man. And when you get this word cold, all right, when you get this word cold in the Greek, you see that word there, suko. It's where you get the English word psycho from. Okay, it says of waning love. Okay, the love of many is going to wane, and people going to begin to lose their minds, man. And people are already losing their minds, man. You know, most of the people are in a particular scenario situation, whereas you know they're pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. You know, and as people are living paycheck to paycheck, everything is getting more and more expensive. You know, as the price of everything is increasing, it's not like your pay is increasing. You know, relationships aren't the same when it comes to a man and a woman. You know, Esau has literally built a system where literally, you know, everybody's pinned against one another. You know, but once again, that's a sign of a decline of a kingdom. I remember Yahweh Shai said himself. He said pretty much a house that's divided against itself cannot stand. All right. So like I said, we're going to read a little bit of this, you know, and as Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai feeds me with precepts, I'll bring them out. All right. All right. So it says here, It says, what happens to a society? What happens to a society when the number of crazy people surpass the number of normal people? All right, and what's considered, what's considered the new normal today? What's considered the normal person today? Your average quote unquote normal person is bugged out. Okay? It says, unfortunately, I think that we aren't, too far away from finding out. A survey that was conducted last year discovered that 90% of Americans believe that we are experiencing a mental health crisis right now. Okay? A mental health crisis, man. And these people, man, these people are just going to continually get more and more, in a sense, to whereas the craziness, for lack of better words, is gonna ramp up, especially whenever these famines really begin to kick in, and complete lawlessness really, when lawlessness really sets in on a large level, because that's really what they're doing, is bringing forth order out of chaos. Okay, it says tens of millions of Americans are currently taking pills for their mental or emotional health, and the number of Americans that are killing themselves just keeps going higher and higher with each passing year. You see, everybody's on psych meds. The average everyday person, that you see driving in these streets, or that you go to work with every single day, they're on some sort of prescription, quote unquote, prescribed medications, man, which are really just drugs. Okay, Esau is the largest drug dealer on the planet Earth, man. Only thing is that for him to sell you drugs, he does it legally. But the average everyday person is on some sort of drugs or medication for them to keep them quote unquote sane, which is it really makes them even more insane, man. People on all these ADHD pills, children on ADHD pills and things of that nature. That's the society that we live in, man. Complete witchcraft, where you got to rely upon, like energy drinks. We was just watching there was a video circulating amongst our church here about the drink Celsius, where you feel as if you tired, you drinking Celsius, you feel like that's the healthier option. I ain't drinking Red Bull, I ain't drinking Monster, I'll get a Celsius instead. Well, Celsius is pretty much damn near worse than all that. And you got people that are addicted to these energy drinks, whereas they feel as if they need it every single day. That's the society that we live in, where literally we're going to have to go to our enemy for the want of all things, even when it comes to energy. You can't get a decent night's sleep no more. You can't get a decent night's sleep no more. And hey, man, we're wore out here, man. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. He shall wear out the saints. What's that, Daniel 7? Yep, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And we are definitely worn out here, man. Okay? Daniel 7 and 25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. And this is that little horn, which is talking about America. All right, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and he's doing that right now via this technological godhead that he's establishing, this AI system. All right, this AI technological system, which is going to require you to have MOTB inside of you eventually. All right, the CHIP. And he shall wear out the saints of the Most High. All right, when you get that word, wear out. All right, that word wear out is Bala. Okay, he shall wear out the saints. Where is Bala? It says to wear away, to wear out, or to wear away. It's like you wearing some shoes and you keep wearing the shoes out every single day. And you doing everything in these shoes, man. You hooping in them, walking in them, you doing everything. Eventually they're going to wear out. Eventually they're going to waste away. It says figuratively for harass continually. See, we are continually harassed here, man. Us more so than others, man. Us that are in the know more so than others. Everybody's pretty much wasting away, but we understand and know the why behind it. These people don't even know why. Cause these average everyday Americans and these average everyday Americans, man, they don't even understand and know what's going on. We understand and know what's going on, which brings comfort. That brings us comfort to the scenario situation at the end of the day. You see, but if Yahweh Shai wasn't to return, which we know he is, I'm just saying this as an example. If Yahweh Shai wasn't to return, as the scriptures say, there will be no flesh left to be saved, man. Eventually we will be worn out completely. And then Esau will win. He would have everybody see-hipped. You know what I'm saying? And then, that'll be it. That'll be the end game. But call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai, that victory over the beast is already pronounced. Okay? Let's go back here. Alright. It says, but numbers certainly aren't necessary. I'm here on the bottom. But numbers certainly aren't necessary to prove that the level of crazy in our society has reached heights never seen before. All you have to do to prove that our society is descending into the abyss of insanity is to go out into the streets. You see? All you gotta do is just to go out on the streets and look. You look at Jake, first and foremost, you see Jake, man. Jake is like, matter of fact, let's get that scripture. Jake is like a wild bull in a net. Okay, what's that? Isaiah 52, I want to say, or Isaiah 51. Okay, Isaiah 51, and let's start at verse 19. All right, it says, these two things are come unto thee. It says, who shall be sorry for thee? Right? This desolation and destruction and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Okay, and this is exactly what's going on with our people, man. Our people are led as a sheep to a slaughter, as sheep to the slaughter, I'd rather say. But all these things came upon us based upon our disobedience. Okay, based upon our transgression against Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right, it says, thy sons have fainted; they lie at the head of all the streets. You see, as a wild bull in a net. So just imagine you got a wild bull and you throw a net over it. That bull is gonna go buck wild. It's gonna go crazy. They are full of the fury of the Lord Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. Okay, it says, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. You see that? Our people are drunk and they're afflicted, but they're not drunken and inebriated by physical wine. It's by these different philosophies, man. And our people got all kinds of demons on them. Okay, to the point whereas they, now they act as if they're not even the Lord's people. They act like a bunch of heathen. Okay, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. It says, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. You see that? Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, right, which goes into slavery, tribulation, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. And the dregs is like the harsh, the strongest part of the drink, right? Thou shalt drink no more, and thou shalt no more drink it again, right? But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. So now these curses are that are still upon our people. But now, as a prophecy, the Lord said that he will reverse the curses, then he will begin to place them upon our enemies. Okay, he will put them into the hand. He will put the dregs into the hand of those that afflict us. Who's the number one group of people on the planet Earth that afflicts us? Okay, the Edomites. Those are the beginning with the Edomites. But if you read Psalm 83, it tells you all these different heathen nations that have set their hands against the apple of Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai's eye. Okay, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down. Okay, that we may go over. You see, pretty much laid you level with the street, man. Put you on the very bottom of the barrel. Okay, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground, right, and as the street to them that went over. You pretty much being trampled, man. And that's been pretty much the history of Jake since we've been here in the Americas, man. You're not gonna get this quote unquote 40 acres and a mule. You're not gonna be delivered out of this captivity by way of bowing down and serving Joe Biden or any of these presidents are trying to you know, trying to establish your kingdom here in America, man. Okay, America was dead set and created, okay, for you. America was made for you to serve hardcore slavery, man. Okay? That's what America was made for. Okay? You didn't come here on no ships, on a Carnival cruise ship. All right? That's not why you came here. You see, but Yahweh Basham Shai, he's turning the captivity, you know? And you see it happening when you look at these Edomites, man. You look at these devils, you know what I'm saying? You go to Seattle, California, hell, down here in Dallas, you know, you see homelessness on the rise. You got a lot of these women that's out here. You know, you have a lot of these women that are out here that are completely just losing it, losing their jobs, having, you know, all that pride is going out the window. You know, it says, for example, when the Biden administration was searching for extremists in the military, somehow they missed this guy. And when you click it, this is from the dailymail.co.uk. It says horrifying image shows active duty airmen, right? Horrifying image shows active duty airmen engulfed in flames outside the Israeli embassy in DC after shouting "Free Palestine" and accusing the U.S. of being complicit in genocide in Gaza. So this is a U.S. soldier outside the Israeli embassy in D.C. who just set himself on fire. Completely just set himself on fire. And screamed out "Free Palestine." You know, he was all the genocide that's going on out there. You know, talking about people are losing it, man. You know, and when you watch the video, man, this dude completely it was crazy, man. And he was on fire for a minute too when you watched the video. It says a serving U.S. Air Force officer is in critical condition in the hospital after setting himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy in D.C. and live streaming the results, man. So now, and that's the thing now with technology, you know, with Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you know, Twitter, or what's called X now, you know, but these different platforms now, you know what I'm saying, you could pretty much live stream. Everything is live stream, man. Somebody can get blown away and be on live. Somebody can get burned alive and it'll be on live, like that one dude, you know, that was burning in that Tesla. You know, it was just recorded live. You know, everything's a live stream. Horrifying video was broadcast, uploaded to social media channel Twitch on Saturday after. Now that, you know, Twitch is now pretty much, it makes me think about, man, what was that movie called, man? Where damn, I forgot what that movie was called, man. Where pretty much it was like I'm trying to think of the movie, but pretty much in the movie, what had happened is that you will be playing like it will be like a live stream of somebody's death. It was pretty much being viewed. It was pretty much being viewed worldwide, or you know, countrywide, or whatever the case was. Pretty much the same thing. It was uploaded on Twitch Saturday afternoon after the man dressed in combat fatigues declared, "I will no longer be complicit in genocide." Flames spread over the man's body after he shouted, "I am about to engage in an extreme act of protest," before repeatedly shouting "free," you know. So people are going to higher levels of people are going on higher levels of extremes, you know, in the sense of burning themselves alive, man. Due to what's going on over there in the Middle East, people are losing it. We read it. The love of many shall wax cold, man. People are gonna start losing their minds, man. And it's just gonna continue to get worse. It says, how does someone like this actually get into the military in the first place? Well, when you look at the military now, you know, pretty much when you look at the military now, man, you know, it's not filled up. The military is not set up the way that it used to be. You know, in the sense of pretty much in the sense of having, you know, actual warriors, man. You know, pretty much it says like that they for born to fight like women. You know, It says having recruiting standards actually dropped. Have recruiting standards actually dropped so low that just about anyone with a pulse can get in, and that's true. But you got mass levels of people actually looking to get out the military now too, which is going to implement a military draft. That's going to be the next thing on the books, where they're going to be drafting men and they're going to be drafting women. All these little kids, all these teenagers, you know, that are sitting here, you know, inside the house on Twitch, just playing video games all day, playing Call of Duty, things of that nature, eating all kinds of junk food, just sitting around not doing anything. They're going to be drafted into this next world's war, and they ain't going to come back. It says, of course, the general population isn't any better. Literally, the next person that you encounter on the street could be an axe murderer, a mass shooter, a sexual pervert, or something even worse. And that's true. You don't know who you're running into you don't know who you're running into in these streets, man. You know, you have children, and it's like, you have children, and you can't even let your children even go outside for a minute no more in today's society. Because now you live in a world where somebody could just walk up on them and just abduct them. You know, completely just abduct them. You know, or you know, like you say, you see somebody in the street, you just, hey, how's it going? Hey, and this person here it is Jeffrey Dahmer. This person Jeffrey Dahmer in the back end. You know what I mean? Got bodies in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of madness, man. Let's take a look at this post here. Ohio mom who left 16-month-old daughter to starve to death for 10 days pictured beaming on Puerto Rico. An Ohio mom. And it ain't no surprise. Let's just see. Let's see who the culprit is here. Looks like she could be Northern Tribe. Yeah, okay, she's still one of the tribes. I thought it was gonna be Eve. It's still one of the tribes though. Completely crazy, man. And you got these people that have kids. Ohio mom who left 16-month-old daughter to starve to death. So here it is. She goes to Puerto Rico on a vacation, and she just leaves the child in the house. And they'll say, it was an accident. It was an accident. I didn't know. 3 days into the trip, the seemingly carefree mom shared a photo of herself mugging for the camera on a sandy beach. Just completely just murdered her child. The baby had languished in a pile that consisted of soiled blankets and a bottom liner saturated with urine and feces. Man, this is infuriating, man. What's that scripture, man? The daughters of my people have become cruel. My phone was just slow for some odd reason. What the hell's going on here? Right, Lamentations 4:3. All right, it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. Talking about, these beasts. These beasts have more sense. These female beasts have more sense than these actual women. You got women that don't even want to, that produce milk, and they don't even want to breastfeed because it said, I'll make my titties saggy. I don't want to have saggy breasts, or whatever the case may be. But here it is, Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai is providing you with a source of milk or food for the child. Now, I'm not saying that every woman can breastfeed the same, but we live in a society where the diet that women have, all the pills and things of that nature that women take, it messes up their hormones to the point where they can't even really produce milk like that. So it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast and they give suck to their young ones. the daughters of my people has become cruel. That was a very, very cruel thing to do. That was a very, very cruel thing to do, man. You leave your 10-month-old daughter and you go and your whole ass going on vacation, man, to Puerto Rico, man, to help, man. That's why Yahweh Bashmal Shah gonna destroy a lot of these women, man. Yahweh Bashmal Shah gonna destroy a lot of these females, man. Complete degenerates, complete monsters, man. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness, and that's what the ostrich will do. You know, ostrich will bury their eggs in the ground and forget where they bury them and start walking, and they'll come back and just step on their eggs, man, and just crush their babies, man. Man, Yahweh Bashmal Shah, man, and I pray that the Lord takes his place out soon, man. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous, man. Let's get that word cruel real quick here, man. Gonna go on a vacation, but you leaving your daughter at home and starving to death, and you come back home, man. That word cruel is akazar, and it's like that woman that put her baby in the oven and killed her and put her baby in the oven, man. A cruel one, cruel, fierce, of poison. And these women are fierce nowadays, man. These women are cruel. You know, the average majority of these females are hella cruel, man. Now, when you read this chapter in Lamentations, the 4th chapter is more so going into the famine that was going on in Jerusalem from the Babylonians besieging Jerusalem. You know, man. Still, an Ohio mom posted a grinning photo of herself on a sunny beach at the same time that her little daughter lay dying in her filthy playpen back at home. Crystal Candelario, 32, pleaded guilty to aggravated murder Thursday for abandoning, her 16-month-old daughter, Jalen, when she jetted off to a 10-day vacation to Puerto Rico in June. 3 days into the trip, the seemingly carefree mom shared a photo of herself mugging for the camera on a sandy beach. But her daughter is at home in the playpen just dying. It says by the time she finally returned home, her daughter was already dead from starvation and dehydration. It's like I didn't even click that again. When Candelario finally returned to her Cleveland home, Cleveland home, a few days later, she found her daughter not breathing in her playpen. So here it is, you gone for 10 days, but you found your daughter not breathing. You know, now you over here in shock. She's not breathing. The fuck out of here, man. The baby had languished in a pile that consisted of soiled blankets and a bottom liner, saturated with urine and feces, an affidavit stated. An autopsy later revealed that Jalen succumbed to starvation and dehydration. Well, you don't say. Duh. What in the world was she thinking? It takes a lot to shock me these days, but that story definitely shook me. A lot of people seem to think that AI will save humanity. You see that? And Elder Yashawama just did a news and prophecy going into on the fact of how this whole AI system that we're now witnessing is pretty much the new age. You know, this AI system is the new wave, man. AI girlfriends, start your car using your eyes. You know, everything is just everything is artificial intelligence now. But AI has already gone completely nuts too. Says, for example, when asked about incredibly sick people that are doing unthinkable things to children, AI refuses to call them evil. Wow. Okay, now it's gonna take me to a YouTube video. Let's not do that. You know, and they'll say, you know, they'll talk about how they should legalize pedophilia. You know, all these things should be legal. What AI says, AI is never going to save humanity because AI is programmed by humanity. Okay, And humanity is just really messed up right now. You got a lot of messed up people running the world, man. The scripture says that the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. And a lot of these people are being consumed, okay, by their own desires and by their own lust. We live in a complete prideful, sinful age where the man of sin has blinded the minds of those that aren't set to make it. Okay? Just look at Los Angeles. It says many decades ago, it was one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world. You would think of LA. Somebody go to LA, you visiting LA or whatever the case may be, you thinking, oh hell yeah, I'm going to LA. I live in Los Angeles, which Los Angeles, still expensive as hell to live there. The West California in general is just expensive as hell to live there. But now, you go to LA, man. You pretty much you got you a car, man. It'll be pretty much a shocker if your car ain't broken into. All kinds of crime. Homelessness is on the rise out there on a high level. People strung out on all kinds of drugs. Report reveals 300% surge in death of homeless people in LA amid fentanyl crisis, and that's a new thing. Is now fentanyl. These kids getting a hold of fentanyl and they getting put to death. Like I said, you go out there. I ain't never been to California, but I just hear the stories, man. You go out there, it just be needles just sitting on the ground. You got a place called Skid Row, where Skid Row's pretty much like its own city of homelessness, man, of homeless people. Let's see. It says on the other coast, the Big Apple, New York, is being overwhelmed by a wave of crimes committed by illegal immigrants, and we read that earlier. It says over the past few weeks, New York has been overwhelmed by a wave of crimes committed by illegal immigrants, and these are these illegal immigrants that are crossing the borders, man. And you have Joe Biden and the Biden administration just openly allowing these people just to cross the borders. And they giving them money. You know what I'm saying? They just crossing the borders. And now here it is. You got because a lot of these people that's crossing the borders too, they're not just they're not just Northern tribe. Not all of them are just Northern tribe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are, Chinese, Moabite migrants, South, they come from Africa too, or the Middle East. So it says over the past few weeks, New York has been overwhelmed by a wave of crimes committed by illegal immigrants. It says the attack on the police in Times Square, the shooting in Manhattan, a series of thefts in Brooklyn, all this is the work of illegal immigrants. What goes on in the third world countries is happening on the streets of New York. America and New York was once known as the bright lights in big cities. You go to New York and it's just New York, this big city of dream. Now New York is just a complete shit show. Every day, any borough with no consequences. Vicky Paldino, a member of the New York City Council from Queens, said. And what this is going to do, this is going to just bring forth order out of chaos, man. Like now in D.C., you have something called the Bowser-Pinto plan. And with the Bowser-Pinto plan, pretty much if you suspected of a crime, you wear a face covering, if it's 2 or more people gather, man, you could it's pretty much a crime now. You see? So you got just complete complete chaos in these streets, man. Okay? All these just migrants that just crossed over, and they just being led over. There's open free borders. And then you got the governor Greg Abbott down here in Texas. He's pretty much fighting back against the National Guard. Which that's all just a setup at the end of the day to bring forth more chaos as well too. So everything is just pitted against. Everything is showing forth the signs that this place is done. You got people losing their minds. You got all kinds of mayhem happening in these streets. You know, everything is just taking place and happening all at once. Okay. Let's see. It says in this day and time, the real quote unquote bad guys are those that choose to stand up for traditional values, and that's right. You know, you stand up for righteousness, man. You made as a matter of fact, let's get that while that loads. It says they're made as a prey. Isaiah the 29th chapter, I want to say it is. They that watch for evil make themselves a prey. No, that's the Isaiah 59. Let me just type it in. Yeah, Isaiah 59 and 15. All right, it says, "Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey." So when you depart from evil, okay, when you depart from the evil ways, you're looked at as a bigot, or you looked at as, you know, being toxic. Whenever you have traditional values as a man, you see, it says, "And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment." You see, righteousness is now wicked, and wickedness is now righteous. Everything is just completely set forth to be backwards, man. Okay, it says Illinois bill wants make it I don't even understand what the hell, how that's even written. Illinois bill once make it quote unquote child abuse for parents to object to gender transitioning of kids. You see, so if you reject your you know, Billy turning into Beth, or you reject, you know, Rebecca turning into Richard, you know, now it's quote unquote considered child abuse in a sense. And with that being said, your children can now be taken away from you. Legislates for the state to take kids away from parents if they do not comply with gender affirming services. This is the world that we're living in now. This is the society that we're living in, whereas now your children can literally be taken away from you. If you now your children has a say so. Your child has a say so in what they can and can't, what they can and can't be, or what they can and can't do. And if you speak against it, it's abuse, and the government can intervene and take away your children. This is the society that we're in. This is the world, the wicked world that we live in. This dark, wicked world that we live in. This world is completely filthy, man. Completely dark. But you don't got these Christians promoting it, saying anything about this. You don't got Vocab Malone saying nothing about this. Or people validating if the Apostle Paul's writings is valid, you know, whether they're authorized or not. You got this kind of stuff going on the earth, man. And this is our job, to report on these things. A bill introduced in the Illinois House of Representatives will legally define it as child abuse for parents to object to gender transitioning of their children by way of puberty blocking, cross-sex hormones, or surgery. This legislation, Bill 4876, introduced earlier this month, would also protect doctors from liability should they decide to prescribe those treatments to children who have not gotten. So here it is, a child can just get, you know, a child can just literally get these blockers from doctors, and the doctors don't even have to tell the parents. They just, man, the legislation would also allow for Illinois Department of Children and Family Services to take children away from parents for opposing such procedures. You oppose it, your child can get taken away from you. They're attacking our children. At this point, even the Pope has completely abandoned traditional values, and we know he's a damn demon anyway. Oh yeah, this building was struck by lightning. Actually, let's do it like this. Let's take a look and see. Actually, hopefully it'll play.
I have to show you this. Could God have?
Boy, remember that dude walked past camp. It says, "Do you think this was a coincidence?" Of course, this wasn't a coincidence. We are really living in extremely crazy times, and they are only going to get crazier in the years ahead. And that's true. It's only just going to get crazier. It's just going to get worse. The love of many shall wax cold. That was the first scripture that we started off with. Okay, this is just the beginning of sorrows, as it's also written in the same chapter of Matthew 24. So, you know, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to do this lesson through the Spirit. The power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. I pray that it was edifying. Until next time, I want to say, call halal Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Chakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and taught us his truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.